Hello everyone, my name is Dawood. I had the Great Mosque of Djenne, which is located in Mali beside the Bani River. It was built in 1907 and it was constructed in the Sudanese mud style architecture. The Sudanese style of mud brick architecture furnishes the outside and the inside of the structure, and the structure is also special because it incorporates only the use of African materials, even though it follows a Middle Eastern structure. It still incorporates its culture into the building. It also uses tree trunks as support that act for support for the structure, so that it doesn't collapse, because it is made of mud brick, which needs to be reapplied yearly so that it doesn't brittle, crack, and then eventually collapse. The interior of the Great Mosque isn't that different from a regular mosque. It has an open prayer hall and a platform for the imam who leads the prayer. And it has a few decorative elements on the walls, like Islamic calligraphy, verses from the Holy Book, and geometric patterns. The mosque has been around since the 13th century and has been rebuilt twice, both of them due to political issues in the region. The current Great Mosque that still stands today was built in the place of the original, and it was also modeled after it, but it was built because of funding from the French. The mosque was built to commemorate the king Koi Konburo, I butchered that name, to commemorate his conversion to Islam. So that's why it was built in the region. As mentioned before, the mosque is recoated annually, and that has become a festival of sorts for the people, which is known as the Crepissage, and that's when thousands of the people gather and recoat the walls together, and the tree trunks actually act as a support for them to climb up and recoat all of the walls of the Great Mosque. The primary function of the Great Mosque is obviously a place of worship for the Muslims in Mali, where they go and pray, recite the Holy Book, or just for events where they can gather and mingle. Alright, so for my model of the Great Mosque, I used a combination of styrofoam and foam board for the main structure, and I used toothpicks for the tree trunks that are showcased on the outside of the structure, and I also used toothpicks to attach a lot of the styrofoam together. The main structure of the Great Mosque is a roofed prayer hall, which is adjacent to a courtyard, to an open courtyard, and there are 3 minarets in the front of the structure, and there are also it's also furnished with crenellation, which are like these castle notches on the top of the mosque. The Great Mosque also has thick walls that also support the structure, and because the high facades and the minarets of the structure would not be possible without these thick walls, and they also provide insulation from the heat. The mosque also receives a lot of insulation from small openings in the roof, along with windows on the side of the structure. And as said before, the tree trunks, which are represented by the toothpicks, support the outside integrity of the structure. The meaning the mosque is an important structure when it comes to the African history, because it represents their art and their traditions, and also keeps the community together no matter how many years pass. And it shows that the people of Djenne are dedicated to the heritage of the Great Mosque, as represented by how they have a festival yearly for recoding just the mosque.